arrived at Robin's house and getting ready to interview her. Super excited, and my assistant Bolt is with me. Hey guys, I am here with Robin Sandoval, one of my really good friends, super talented singer, songwriter, businesswoman, super inspiring, so much to talk about. She's just amazing. If you could just, in a few sentences, in a few words, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you've come from and where you are right now.
Well, I am from California. I'm from San Jose. Grew up in San Jose. And I moved out to Hollywood in my 20s. And it was a hustle. I wanted to be a huge star, singer, songwriter. And I got lucky and wrote some songs with some people. And
Who?
I wrote a song for an MCA artist whose name is John Pagano, and Lil Silas, who was the A&R person at MCA at the time, really liked the song, and it was called Leaves of Love. Just really lucked up and got an album cut like right out of the gate. That was really cool. That's kind of how things started. I'm a percussionist, and I auditioned for a television show also in the 90s, and a friend of mine at the time, Cornelius Mims, brought me in, and it was for Natalie Cole, who was the host of the show. The show was called Big Break, and I happened to get in on that and be in the house band, played percussion in the house band. It was really great. We sometimes shot 2 shows a day up at Universal.
That's awesome.
It was really fun, behind all kinds of people, Whitney Houston and Patti LaBelle.
Just a few like little people.
Yeah.
That is so amazing.
It was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
But you're also an amazing singer and songwriter.
Well, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to do my own artist thing, and I just ended up writing for other people. It just kept falling into that pattern, and so I kind of held back on doing my own artist thing. I did sing some backgrounds for people, and I recorded things, obviously, but that's kind of the next chapter. I'm actually getting ready to finally do my own like EP or album. I'm working on some song ideas for that right now.
I think you should, absolutely. I think it's great to write for other people. Like, I was the opposite. I was, when people would tell me, why don't you try to get your song, sell your song to this artist? I'm like, no, it's my music. I was just so green, so naive. I didn't know any better. I just wanted to be about my song and my band and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If I go back in time, I would definitely do what you did. Like, I would have totally just tried to write for other people.
I would have done the other thing. I would have tried to do the artist
right?
thing.
Everybody has their own path.
I know.
And that's what this is all about. Like, everybody's different, and everybody has their own little detours and journey that they go on, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it's true.
So you did step away from music for a little bit, did you?
I did. Yeah, I had to work. I had to get a job, and because it's a hustle, it's a side hustle, it's a constant hustle, and I still wrote. I wrote with people, and I got some film and television placements in the later on in the 90s, and then I met my husband, and we dated for a long time. And I just pulled back from music and just really set my focus on working, getting into the corporate arena, seeing how to move myself up in that, see if I could do it. I went back to school, got my bachelor's degree in business management, so that took several years, and my husband decided also to go back to school, so we got our bachelor's degrees at the same time, and that was an accomplishment that I really wanted to make happen in my life. So I just needed to pull back musically to be able to focus on my studies, and got that done, and just started building a business with my husband and getting into different kinds of business ventures and doing things like that. And I never stopped writing. I never stopped music completely for a long time. It would eke back into, like, sit at the kitchen table and write some lyrics and melody lines and record them into my phone or whatever. But I wasn't recording them like I used to. And but there was just this feeling like something was missing after the the business things. And we started a business and did well, and built that up, and we continue to do that. But it has given me a little leverage now to kind of pull back on that and start digging into my music again.
Yeah.
Which I've started really doing seriously for about 4 years now. I've been really just focusing on that.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So the business, to briefly, touch on the business. So you have a bail bond business, which is like so interesting to me. It's so cool.
Yes.
I remember when I first met you at Chuck's party, and you guys told me about that. I'm like, bail bond. That is cool.
Yeah.
It's just so like not what I would have expected.
I know. Yeah.
And you just recently started another brand new business where we're gonna go actually, like in a little bit. We're gonna go check it out and talk more about that.
Yeah.
But why bail bond? Like that's so interesting to me.
Well, I'm a writer at heart. So being a lyricist and a writer, I started writing content, search engine optimized content, and keyword-rich content for other companies for their online websites. And it just so happened a bail company hired me to do that for them. And then they hired me exclusively, and just through osmosis over a few years, I just learned the business. And me and my husband decided to venture out and start our own business. So I was the bail bondsman first, and I really did go to jails and bail people out and drive down Los Angeles with my briefcase, and met a lot of interesting people, a lot of cool situations. I think there's this Hollywood idea of who bail bondsmen are. In people's minds, they're like, cigar smoking, chain wearing, mafia types, because that's what the Hollywood idea is. And so I tried to kind of take that down a little bit and show people what realistically what bail is, which is pretty administrative and not so much like that. But we really grew the business up, and we're still doing it today.
You want to plug it just in case you need
okay. So it's SCV bail bonds and Santa Clarita bail bonds and Adventure bail bonds. We have 3 bail bond agencies in Los Angeles and Santa Clarita.
I'll put the links in the description below, and if you need to, get bailed out,
call me.
And maybe you can write a song.
299 bail. That's our number.
611-299 bail. That's awesome.
So we just opened our second location for SCV bail bonds, and we're gonna go check that out in a little bit.
Oh wow, you're expanding.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're still doing that. Bail, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just something that people don't understand, and I try to write about it and help people understand what it is.
That's awesome.
And so we do that, and then we just opened a new store in a building that we rehabbed and built back up from the ground up. It's called Your Mailbox Direct, and it's a mailbox store with more. There's a full-on coffee bar in there with, we have lattes, espressos, cappuccinos, and we have a business lounge, which converts into my coffee bar lounge, which is also going to be my acoustic open mic venue. And my songwriting venue. I'm gonna have songwriting groups in there, poetry groups, and a monthly open mic situation there, which is gonna really be cool. I'm really looking forward to that.
So cool.
In our coffee bar, which is called Priority Ground, and so it kind of goes with Your Mailbox Direct. This is the whole combination of things. And I've just made some really great connections and developing some really cool relationships with some great songwriters and composers and producers and lyricists and artists from all over the world in the last few years, just going to Taxi and going to ASCAP and going to the different things, getting into the hangs and doing things like that. I'm really excited about what this new year is bringing for music, so I'm totally stoked about that right now.
Speaking of music, so what is your favorite, or what are your little secrets for songwriting? Like, we're working together, and I really loved how lyrically, the song was like pretty much almost done, but I was like, Robin, it's something, and you just like put your touch on it, and there it was. What is your secret to, if someone is like, I want to write songs, but I feel I'm not at that level yet. What is your suggestion that how can they up their game as a songwriter? What tips and tricks could they use to just, you know, bring a song from like what we did, from like a good song to like an awesome song, you know, that people hopefully will connect with.
Well, a lot of it comes from the gut, I think, and trying to be in the visual place, you know, trying to be able to see what's happening in the story. You know, I've just, gosh, after Jason Bloom's classes and Pat Pattinson's classes and Jai Joseph's classes, things like that, I've put a lot of those notes together and just kind of created my own thing. And when I write now, I think, you know, there's something about stop words, you know, like and, if, but, you know,
God,
those
yes.
kind of words.
Yeah.
If I can replace one of those words with a visual word, I will do that. Just something
That's
I can
gold
see.
right there. That's gold right there. Write that down.
Something that I can see or feel or smell or has texture. Because you can't see what, and you can't see that, and you can't see and.
Exactly. Even feel, you can't feel.
can't feel it. You can't
I
feel it.
feel good,
Right.
but what does it feel? What does feel good mean to you? Because everybody's different, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like.
Exactly.
I just feel so good looking into your eyes. You know, the way you look at me, or something like that makes you, draws you in more. You know. But I think what I'm getting from you is like, go to events, like go to songwriting workshops, right? Go to
yeah.
networking events. And to me, and I know you're going to agree with me, it's collaborating,
Oh yeah.
right? Because if you just like
Collaboration is
sitting
so-
there and have that tunnel vision, I think that's the key. And collaborating with people like that you really gel with. Like, you know, I think you and I have we complement each other well.
Yeah.
Versus you with
we
someone
do.
else in a room that you're almost doing the same exact thing. It may not be as productive.
Yeah.
Because you may even butt heads, you know, and no ego.
Collaboration. Oh man. When you get with the right people, and you can just make magic.
Magic, absolutely.
You can make magic because people bring their own tips and tricks and things that they do into it, things that you haven't heard about or used, processes you haven't used before. But when you can combine those two, you can sometimes really make some great magic. I say, you know, always be open to people, listen to what they're saying, just listen, you know. That's the best advice I can say, you know. Listen to what they're saying and bring and add and, you know, embellish on that, because you can build something really beautiful. And I love cross-genre writing. I love writing all kinds of different kinds of music. I never thought I'd be a country writer, and I've had that opportunity, which has expanded my horizons. You know, country hasn't really been my wheelhouse, but I love the visual, you know, essence of country music. Pop and EDM.
And the storytelling in country
It
is
is.
just like
It
amazing.
is. It is.
I
It
feel
really
like
is.
there's pop music and like rock and whatnot and rap and hip hop, all the other genres basically, but then there's country.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was just so competitive, and it's so, the bar is so high. Like when I went to Nashville with Otto's daughter and we like just played a few shows, honestly, everyone I've met, I felt like, holy shit, they're so good at what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's really the toughest genre to write, I think, because the bar is so high. But
It
now it's
is.
more crossover.
I know. For
Like
sure.
hip hop, country, hip hop, and you know, like it's really interesting. And I mean, it's just a matter of time, you know, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
But what is your advice for anyone who's like, man, I really want to get into, you know, doing music, but maybe also having my own business on the side too? Because I think it's brilliant what you've done. Like, right? Like, if we just try to do music, which is great. For some people, it really works out. You know, they do the one thing, but even then, they branch out at a certain point. You know, you're making all your money in music. You definitely want to think about maybe investing into real estate or stock
definitely.
market, or you know, start like some cool entrepreneur kind of thing, like another business. Because why wouldn't you, right? Like multiple streams of income. That's the ultimate goal, you know. But what advice would you give someone that they feel kind of stuck and they're like, man, I wish I had the courage? Because I feel that's gutsy what you're doing, you know.
Well, I'd say you have to
Come in the picture.
I'd say you
How?
you have to know what your dreams are. You have to have an idea of what makes you feel really good. That's one thing. And then obviously, if you need to make money to live, but it's good to kind of find something that you can combine together.
Yes.
I never thought I'd get in bail. That was the last thing that, but we made it our own. I made it my own thing. And there's the mail store. It's very unique. It's dynamic. It has a coffee bar and it has a business lounge in it. You can do co-working in there, and there's tables in there where you can open up your laptop if you need to print a document or fax or scan something. There was a need for that. I saw that and I thought, so find something that people need and something that you like to do and combine those two things. It doesn't say, you want to do music full time, that you can't do anything else. Otherwise you'll deplete your energy or your mojo for being able to do music. I don't believe that. I think that learning about business only increases your ability to shine and to fly.
You're in the business. Music is a business. When people say, "Oh, I don't know anything about business," there's no excuses anymore. It's 2000 freaking
music
18.
It's a serious business.
It's a serious business, and if you don't learn how to pitch, how to market yourself, how to brand yourself, you're missing out, because it's all the tools are available to us online. There's no excuse anymore. You should be on Instagram, you should be on Snapchat, and I'm not. I'm very not active on that. But YouTube, you're right. It's a business. You are a business. You are the product, and you can only. Why wouldn't you, right? Have a business sense. And I know most of us suck at it because we are artists and we just want to be artists, but that's not very realistic unless you get really fortunate and you have someone take care of your business. But even then, you might get screwed because you don't know nothing about it. And so you should know some of the basics, I think.
Yeah. I heard this acronym. It's ABLE. It's ABL, always be learning. So
Yes.
you want to always be learning. You want to always be a student. You never get to a point where you know everything. I'm learning about the industry and about music right now, about different kinds of music and what music supervisors and what libraries and what people are looking for right now, and how to do that appropriately, metadata in your music and how important in your songs, how to do that and how important that is. If you don't know, find out, ask questions, come to Taxi, come to ASCAP, find people who are doing these, ask questions.
And also, work with people, I just spit, work with people who already know that, leverage, it's all about leveraging, if you have someone that is already has already a publisher, work with that person because they can get you in, and it's not like you're just taking, you contribute something too. It's like, it's a give and take. We all have something of value to give to each other, and it's a win-win situation. As long as it's always a win-win situation. That was awesome.
You're really good at this.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're gonna head to the store now, so we're gonna check out the store, and then you can check it out in the description below. And you should, if you're in the area, you should come to the open mic, which is going to be every last Friday of the month.
Yes.
Yeah, and also just come in.
Priority Ground, which is inside of your mailbox direct on Soledad Canyon in Santa Clarita. And then we have some songs we're going to finish up, so maybe she can put those up. And
absolutely.
You guys can hear that
and
stuff.
if you need a great collaborator, percussionist, or just a cool person to hang out with and have a great friend, like a smart. I love hanging out with people that do what I want to do, and that are smarter than me and business savvy, because because you want to hang out with people that are, like you said, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not learning something new, you stale, you become stale, and you become depressed, you become dissatisfied, and you're just gonna waste your life. And we're here to give something, contribute and do something good with our gifts that we've been given, No
matter what your age, no matter where you're from, your socioeconomic status, if you want to find your dreams and make those dreams happen, you just make a way for it. And pretty much the universe knows what you want, and just put it out there. It'll come back to you. no matter where you are in life. And it's a hustle. It is always, and it's a side hustle.
How bad do you want it?
Right. It's just something that will happen if you want to make it so.
Take action.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you at the store.
Okay. First time I've seen
Here it
these.
is. Your mailbox direct. Right next to SCV bail bonds. Yup. Show us the way. Ooh, look at this. Oh my God, that looks great. How awesome is this? Cozy, like the tables. There's a little area for the open mic. Check the mic.
Is it too much?
You are my love, you are my sunshine, you're the reason that I smile, and maybe one day you're gonna love hearing me sing. I like it, it's awesome. It's a little bit much.
See, to the reverb. Channel 1, channel 1. There you go, down there.
Oh yeah.
Get it down. It's really easy.
Check. Hey, it's so simple, yeah, it's great.
That's how we wanted it.
La 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 la
It
la.
sounds really good. It sounds really good. Which one's mine?
You can mail the stuff out. Get a mailbox here, PO box.
It's a mailbox.
Regular address.
Regular address. It's all digital. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is so badass. You have the bee's knees and the coffee bar, and you got all the cool teas.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's great. I'm getting vanilla latte right now, and the beans are being ground right now,
Yeah.
as we speak. This is amazing. And you guys just opened when? It's like 2 weeks now?
I don't know if I did,
Yeah, about two weeks. But
Wow.
I mean, the first week it was all rainy.
Oh, of
so
course.
it's pouring
It rained
rain
every
all
day.
week, so.
This is really, really cool. Tea of the day, breakfast in Paris. Oh, you got me with Paris. Oh yeah. Organic teas. Yeah.
Organic matcha. These are all my organics up here. Green, breakfast, chamomile chai, and lemon ginger. Those are my organics. I even have organic chocolate Monin the Pump.
Yeah. Wow.
There you go.
Look at that label. Priority
Get
ground
a
coffee,
regular
guys. This is just
Can you give me
awesome.
that same? Was that in this size?
Yeah.
I'm
You want
digging
one
the
kind?
vibe.
One was a sweet one.
The vanilla latte, or even a mocha. A mocha latte is good.
I'll do a mocha latte. Mocha latte, chocolate. Look. Oh my God.
He wants to be part of the action.
I know. And straight from doing FedEx, we go to Braille Bonds. This is awesome. I love the wall.
Where did you put that
Thank
SCP
you.
bill?
Oh, it fell down. It's still here. Yeah, we still have signage and stuff coming in. We got to put up just one little.
Yeah, I saw it on your car. That's brilliant.
There we are, right there. Best bill on agency. 4 years in a row, girl. See, we got it 14, 15, 16, and 17.
This is the power couple who owns it. Yeah. Congratulations.